Across the League of Legends lifespan, there have been many pro players who've spoken about the state of the game and why they think it's not the same game as before. And not only pro players, but also high elo content creators. I've been playing League casually for almost 10 years now, I've never gotten further than gold, and I wanted to give my thoughts into why I think the game has been changing for the worst. For me, the gameplay itself has never been a major problem. Like, sure, there have been metas where I think it could definitely be better. I'm looking at you, Arden meta and Tank meta, but it's never been something to put me off the game, unlike what your typical pro player or high elo might tell you. I have gone on breaks from the game, and sometimes supposedly quit the game for good, but the reasons have ultimately boiled down to the community and teammates. Unlike streamers or young people, I don't have hours to burn just playing League matches. My average time for games is usually from an hour to 2 hours. So to spend that time in a game where other players can decide whether I can have fun or waste around 45 minutes of my life just sucks. And sure, you can try and play with friends and have fun regardless, but sometimes that option is just not there. And the problem is that League itself is a fun game with fun mechanics, so the game just has an addicting loop where you can't just put it down. So it ends up creating this toxic relationship where you try and have fun when you already know in the back of your head that's unreachable. League's core game problem is that losing just sucks. Comparing it to other games where I can have fun even when losing, League just feels dreadful. The matches are way too much time commitment, so when all that time spent can be ruined by someone just AFKing is horrible. So what is fun about League? I think the gameplay just feels nice. It's very reactive, so just doing stuff, clicking things, using abilities, combos, etc. just fills me with gratification. It's also massively popular, so people never stop talking about it. It has so many other things apart from the game that add to the experience of playing League, which brings me to my next point. Riot Games has made an amazing job at creating many other great things that is not League of Legends. Their other games feel really polished, with a lot of support from the community and the company. I've tried every other game they've made, and while I am not a fan of the genre of set games, I can tell they are good just by feel alone. It feels like Riot treats League like their forgotten child. The other games receive fun updates, interesting changes, and just a lot of support overall. And that's not even mentioning all the entertainment part of the company. Like, Arcane alone is a masterpiece level product when the thing that it's based on just pales in comparison to it. What motivated me to make this video in the first place was the most recent impression I have on League. It feels like now, more than ever, Riot has been so deaf to the community, just outright ignoring what the player base has to say. Be it the skin lines, which feel so stale, repetitive and boring, the blatant cash grabs that Riot calls them events. Like, no joke, these are just ads for a battle pass and the same new type of skins. Prestige skins are so uninspired, where it's just a shinier version of an existing skin, but for like triple the price. And the recent price rises to RP. I can't help but think Riot nowadays just sees League as their daily paycheck to fund other projects that they actually care about. If League ever sees any change in heart to give this game some love, there are some things I would like to see. First of all, just get rid of the client. Please just move away from this 2010 way of doing things. Just implement the client part of things into the actual game itself. Another change I would like to see is just move away from this copy and paste events. Put actual effort into developing fun events with actual content and not just new skins. There have been many people and videos talking about what we actually like and want. I'm sure it's just a matter of actually caring about the events. This one might be a little too big of a change, but I would honestly like to see a reboot of the whole game. Like for real, just make League of Legends 2. You don't have to change any of the core game. Just use it as an opportunity to move away from all these shitty systems that are in the game, all the spaghetti code, the horrible client, and all the limitations that the engine has. We already know what can be done when the mobile version of the game looks better than the main one. Honestly, I have no idea how I played this game for as long as I have, but it's grown a place in my heart as probably my most played game. So seeing it just get worse and worse, it's not a nice sight.